During the budget speech debate today in Parliament, the Deputy Prime Minister of the Kingdom presented his report.
The Portfolio Committee that looks into the issues of the Deputy Prime Minister's office today were questioning the report of the Deputy Prime Minister, where Senator Themba Masu, the Deputy Prime Minister, stated that he needs Parliament to support him to increase endowed grants and also work on the issue of insurance or burial schemes for the elderly.
The support provided by the office and other stakeholders include provision of farm inputs such as maize seeds, sweet potato cuttings, fertilizer, herbicides, insecticides, tractor hire services, fruit trees, and goats. The beneficiaries are trained and supervised by agriculture extension officers. A set standard criteria is used to qualify potential beneficiaries for the program.
Members of Parliament stated that it is important for the country to prioritize the issue of elderly people, especially their grants and also their burial schemes.
Seloku akazubasiza labantu abadala kunani uyafika emakhazeni lo muntu ethengelwa ibhokisi liba lamalini uthengelwa nani ngaphandle kwaloko kwenziwani vele what is composed of the funeral cover sizokhona ukuthi siyishayele izandla ngokuphelele ngoba kwamanje sisashaya nje sisabuka legama but asilazi ukuthi vele likhulumisa ngqo lokwedala
iqolo eliphelele chairperson ukuthi sonke njengoba sikhona for every one of us death is inevitable. So noma ngabe uphile kahle noma ngabe uphile kabi kodwa utawuphethela ekufeni. So besithi ke asilibonge lolu sito lolu ikakhulukati ngoba luya kubantu labadala and indlu ke ivamile esikhathini lesiningi ukuthi nasikhuluma ngelutho loluya esiveni sithi singete sakuvimba lokuya kubantu. So sinje sibonge lokuthi luvele lolu sito lolu nangabe ube nelithuba lehlala lemakhaya ube ngumhlonishwa you understand the pain ekufika kwebantu kuwe basibacela ubasite bathenge libhokisi kungilesine bayangcwaba ngemgqibelo and wathi kamhlophe lokuthi kude lo ngakwenda.
We are very happy sekuthi nje sale bangeta lo site otherwise the rest is fine. Nekuthi ke simbonge NDMA on another angle sipheshukelwe lapha she ngumuntu abantu labadala la emkhiweni hey tahamba tindlu but NDMA in a record time site for the material savusa bogogo bebemile kunetha yonke indzawo.
Ngibonge ke disaster nami ngicela kumbonga kakhulu lo hlangothi lolo ngoba abantu abafanani vele basiwe nje emajoba kasu laba department akho nje la hlonishwa akafanani cha siyababonga lapha ngoba kuningi lapha basisita khona basisita kwakheleni bogogo lemakhaya basisita emabhlohweni.
Indashongo Kimberly Mavuso, Yemaswati News, Parliament.
A statement from the Ministry of Natural Resources through its Principal Secretary, Mrs. Dlamini, confirmed that on the 4th of March, petrol prices in the country will increase. We have a report. The Ministry of Natural Resources and Energy in a statement mentioned that petrol prices will increase by 1 emalangeni 40 cents a litre, whilst diesel and petrol and paraffin prices will increase by 1 emalangeni 60 cents a litre. This is of effective midnight Thursday on the 3rd of March year 2022. It will be effective, however, on the 4th of March. The reason for the fuel increase is mainly in the international crude oil price increased and reached an average of about $92.20 per barrel in the month of February year 2022. The prices are as follows. Unleaded petrol price will increase from 17 emalangeni 15 cents a litre to 18 emalangeni 55 cents a litre. Diesel will increase from 17 emalangeni a litre to 18 emalangeni 60 cents a litre. Paraffin will increase from 11 emalangeni 75 cents a litre to 13 emalangeni 35 cents a litre. This is a statement from the Principal Secretary in the Ministry, Mrs. Dorcas Dlamini. The Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Trade said at the Mountain Inn Hotel in Babane met with Salata.co which is an organization that was doing a survey to determine how the kingdom, especially businesses, were affected by the COVID-19 era. We have a report. The Minister for Commerce, Industry and Trade today met with his team and members of Talata.co, which is an organization that was doing a survey in the Kingdom of Eswatini. They met at the Mountain Inn Hotel, and the survey was all about coming up with accurate numbers as to how Eswatini businesses were affected by COVID-19 and how chief executive officers of different businesses and companies are working in this pandemic. The Honorable Minister stated that the report was necessary as now they have accurate information as to how businesses were affected in the kingdom.
We now have an objective set of data that we can base some of our decision making, some of our strategic goals, and I hope that this will continue into the future. Such a survey, really creates a very strong basis even for investor confidence when they see what the players in the market currently feel and where they see the country going. If we make meaningful, rapid and sustained progress in reducing poverty, inequality, as we aim to attain first world status, we must fix the future starting today. Only a combination of increased private sector activity, sound public policies and robust institutions will lead to the successful implementation of the strategies that have been adopted by our government.
A representative of Talata.co mentioned how presenting the report will be of benefit to Yemaswati.
It showed a lot of optimism. It was a very positive outlook. From the survey was for about 136 influential CEOs in the kingdom.
I am Zandile Mpapane for Channel Yemaswati News with Mkolisi Mavuso, Mbabane. The court case of two members of parliament, which is Honorable Bacete and Mthandeni Dube, continued today at the High Court in Mbabane, whereby several witnesses presented their testimony. One of them was Gwaluseni, Member of Parliament, Honorable Sibusiso Mapanisi Dlamini. We have a report.
Today, court presided over the matter of two incarcerated Member of Parliament, Hosia Member of Parliament Bacete Mabuza and Mthandeni Dube from Gwembisi, Ingundla. The two MPs have been charged with terrorism, among other charges. The Crown prosecutors brought witnesses where the Member of Parliament for Gwaluseni, Honorable Mapanisi Dlamini, was a witness who testified and pleaded with court to provide him with protection as his life is threatened after he was presented as court granted him the support and further stated that this is a matter to be looked at by the police as he gave him an officer. Another witness was Constable Tengetile Dlamini, who gave testimony with events that unfolded at Msunduza, where protesters were rioting violently, where it costed them as police to run for cover in a nearby hall at Msunduza, where one man was arrested who was wearing a camouflage. The state also presented the government spokesperson as a witness, Mr. Mdluli, who testified on the Deputy Prime Minister's statement, who was the acting Prime Minister by that time, which affected to events on the 24th of June 2021 when petitions were stopped by government as they were seen to have proved violent in different areas. A police officer from Mangayane Police Post was also brought in as a witness who testified that they attempted to block Ngwembisi Member of Parliament after the announcement which had been made by government for granting officers to stop every petition delivery in the Dingundla centers, where upon warning the Member of Parliament, he forcefully went to the Dingundla center and stated that he is going to receive petition from the group of people who were there at the Dingundla center, where the petition was delivered. Chants were being sung and songs of struggle and also insults of the authorities. Channel Yemaswati News, I'm Linda Shaw, Kimberly Mavuso, High Court.
Also told us of the circumstances surrounding yesterday's absence of protesters outside the court.
Sesinebudlelwane lobuhle nemanesi athi ke manesi asingene sibe ngekhathi esibhedlela ukuze sibe safe ngoba sifiso sethu ukuthi sichubeke support ma MPs ethu la ngekhathi so sichubekile ke saba ngekhathi esibhedlela kwahamba kwaze kwafika lapho khona baphuma khona bameli saphuma sabangaphandle kweligede lesibhedlela sahlabela ingoma temzabalazo befika bameli bas addressa yes itolo sichubekile sabakhona until kwaze kwabangilapho baphuma khona itolo ke basitshele ukuthi licala likachubeki ngekuthi bathi tekude interpreter basheshe ba breaker ke itolo so namuhla ke kuseni kwase sekufike emaphoyisa lafikile station commander wembabane Dlamini ahamba na Mr Mamba bafika basiniketa basigranta imvume.
While at the protest, we encountered Gogo Esther Matunjwa, a supporter of one of the accused, who was overcome with emotion as she reminisced about all that the MP has done for her and her family.
Kunengi ngoba qede engingenakho njobe lapha nje iphalishi anginalo bantwana bami bayafunda yikho imali yokugibela liyani izulu mina nginezindlu zodaka angakhanga ngedini ziyadilika lena nje ngilala kuyihlayeka njoba lina nje inokungeleka noba kumina konke lokho kungizwisa buhlungu ngomhlonishwa ngoba ngiyabona lokho ukuthi vele ngiyagcina ngilele phandle njengenkomo.
Reporting for Channel Yemaswati News, Abongina Mabuza with Kimberly Mavuso and Zandile Mpapane Mbaban.
Communications and Technology, Her Royal Highness Princess Sikhanyiso, presented her report in Parliament. During the budget speech debate, the Deputy Prime Minister of the Kingdom presented his report. A statement from the Ministry of Natural Resources and Energy confirmed that on the 14th of March, petrol prices will go up in the Kingdom. Well, that's all the news we had for tonight. I do have yourselves a beautiful evening. Good night.
This weather forecast is proudly brought to you by FSRA.